Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, SGI, White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, CurlSask, SaskTel Max TV, and RealCast Media.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another season of Championship Curling on SaskTel Max. My name is Sean Joyce. I'm here with Kim Hudson. We are in the Credit Union, the Horizon Credit Union Center in Melville, Saskatchewan. We're going to be here for 10 days, but for the first 5 days, it's the Scotties. New format this year. We'll have the tankard right after that. The men will be playing, and we're only on to the second draw, but already a lot of things to talk about here in the women's. We should mention off the start, for those who were trying to be with us this afternoon on CurlSask.ca. We did have some technical issues, and we are up and running now. And to that end, also, Susan Lang, who would normally be with us, is making a run to get some equipment that hopefully can keep us running for the rest of the week. So thanks to Susan, and she will be here tomorrow. Let's talk about what's going on tonight. We already had a draw this afternoon, 4 games played this afternoon. The 4 winners of that draw all have to come back on the ice tonight, Kim. The other 4 teams playing tonight had the bye this afternoon. One of those teams, Sherry Anderson from the final last year. You know Sherry very well, having played with her for years. How's Sherry going to approach this game, and how did she feel about having that afternoon off?
Well, I know that she didn't appreciate having the afternoon off. Appreciate's the wrong word, but I know that she would have rather been playing. It's tough when you come in and the team that you're playing has already played. They know the ice. They've been a part of all this. They've got the jitters out, all that kind of stuff, and you're stepping on for the first time. And sometimes it doesn't take much, you know. One shot here or there where you didn't quite pick up on the ice soon enough, and that can mean the ball game. So I know that they would have rather been playing. Having said that, Sherry and Megan and Nancy, they lost the final last year, so they're going to be hungry. They're here to play, and they're here to win. So,
and they will be playing tonight against the team that's listed as Kristen Streifel, but that team's had a few roster changes this year. Planned to start the season with Jolene Campbell still playing third for them. She got a job change and was not able to play. Kelly Schaefer started the year playing third. She is now skipping, and they've brought in a new player at second. Then really haven't had a lot of time to play together as a foursome, but had a very solid game this afternoon, and Kelly made the draw to the back of the forefoot to win. So coming in with some momentum.
Very much
We'll
so.
see whether that pays off for them tonight. There'll also be 3 other games on tap. We'll keep you up to date on all of that, and it's all coming up right after this.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, proud sponsor of the men's tankard. Today's the day.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea! Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
And first end action about to get underway here. The 2 teams have a practice session before the game and draw to the button for last rock advantage here in the first end. Sherry Anderson's team will have that last rock. And there are the other games that will be on tap. We'll try to keep you up to date on all the scores. Ray Williamson, a winner this afternoon, will be playing against Penny Barker. Shellen Fleming won an extra end this afternoon, and she will be playing Robin Silvernagel. And it's Michelle Englot and Amber Holland on sheet 4.
Dana.
Looks like we're going to have some fun here. They threw a center guard. Sherry's calling it to the open side.
It's pretty good. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. T-line. Gotta go. 2. Yep. Keep her coming. You got house, guys. You got house. Get a T. 6.
We did see how nice the ice was this afternoon. Fairly quick, running about 15, sometimes even better. Nice surface. So I am expecting to see a lot of good games this week.
Control.
Or 2 weeks, or however, or a month, or however long we're here.
Yeah, we just touched on it a little bit at the opening about the new format. We'll get into that in a little bit more detail as we have a chance here in this draw, but the first thing you've got to notice, for the last 3 years it's been a round robin. Well, it's been a round robin for longer than that, but it was a 9-team round robin for the last 3 years. And now they've gone up to 12 teams, but it's a triple knockout. And of course, 12 teams isn't an even draw for a triple knockout, so the top 4 teams got set ahead. They had the afternoon off, and as you said, we've talked about it off the air a few times. It's one of those things where nobody's ever going to turn down that bye.
Oh, no, you'd take it for sure, but it's always tough to sit back and watch everyone else playing, and there's definitely an advantage to playing.
And I thought it was interesting to note off that, of course, the Streifel team being skipped by Kelly Schaefer, they played this afternoon. They threw a center guard right to start. They were ready to go in the first end.
Very
They're maybe
smart.
trying to take advantage of the fact that they've already played.
Yep.
Hard, 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 hard. Atta girl. Throw Shay. Control's good. It should cuddle here. Is that control? Control, yep.
We also mentioned off the top a little bit about the change in the roster here for the Streifel team, and you're going to find a couple of the voices sound a little odd to Canadian ear, perhaps. We've got a couple of accents on this team.
Okay.
Kelly Schaefer, of course, originally from Scotland. Kelly Woods, when she was playing with Eve Muirhead.
Yeah, I can certainly detect her accent every now and then. And here we see the peel of the center guard.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. You're good. Just plan. Good. So.
But I think it goes back to exactly what you were saying. The Anderson team needs to get their feet under them a little bit and figure the ice out before they really go for it. So I think you'll see a little bit of a defensive game from then for the first end or two. And exactly like you said, the Streifel team is going to replay and put that center guard back out there. They're saying, let's get at it. They've already played.
Line's good. Line's real good. Halfway. Going over cutout. 2. Going over curl. Right tight. Okay, good there. Nice weight.
And that was the new player for the Streifel team. She just joined them before Christmas, I believe. Played in the qualifier in Unity. Is the only 3 games that she's had a chance to play with the team yet. So they're still trying to gel a little bit, but that's the other. I spoke with her briefly this afternoon and didn't notice any accent, but talking to her down at ice level, just a hint of a French accent. Emily Blaze. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
Let's go. Yep.
Well, the nose hit will give Kelly Schaefer the chance to use a center guard.
Yep. You see some rocks in play. So normally seeing Kristen throwing skip rocks, and we did last year as well, actually. As you said, now she's thrown third.
Added. Easy. Lots of room right now. Copy, top forward. Lots of room right now. It's curling now. Not Dana. Looks like lots, guys. Looks like lots. Finish. Yep. Leave it. That's real good. Okay. Good there.
And brings that stone into the top corner of the button. Piece behind cover.
What are we doing, Nick?
Pretty big piece behind cover.
2/3.
Hack! Whoa! Firm hack! Firm hack! Off! Probably bomb! Off! Whoa! How close? Got a curl for Archie! Go, Shea! Hard, Shea! Hard, Shea! Archie! Watch the roll. Yep, go, Shea!
Good shot.
Shot now.
And importantly, sticks around.
Added on that. Yeah.
Doesn't give him a chance to go around that center again.
I think control is good. Yeah. I think that's max. Yep. Hard. 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 Right up. Hard. Really hard. Yep. Straight to it. Hard down. Go. Straight hard.
Well, they got a little bit of movement there. Makes the hit, but rolls the shooter out of the rings.
I was actually going to say that I noticed this afternoon that there was a fair bit of movement from inside out.
Just to make sure curl.
We usually see it a lot from outside in.
Going already. Too big weight without. Yep. Yeah, I think that was good control. Yeah. Hard. Hard, guys. Quick. Do we ever try? Good. Throw knots.
I thought Sherry might,
Yeah, might as
Well, she looked like she was thinking about it, didn't she?
I think that's
but
last kill.
I think that might go back to having the game off this afternoon.
Could, but you certainly know that
Like the wing here. Yeah.
Sherry's been around for a long time, and she's a very good veteran skip. But that goes back to the 3 rocks to 2
Yep.
is the time when you like to. It was the perfect timing if she had wanted to try to make the play.
Yeah.
The wing here.
And 9 times out of 10 she does on that. I think it's just that they're still getting their feet under them. So why muck it up just yet? There you see the coaches back there. Coaches /5th.
Line's good.
Now I don't think Gerald is the 5th though. I think he's just a coach.
6 3/4 easy.
Lots of line. Curl only. No. Curl.
I can remember
Take it back.
the last time we were here, actually. We had a couple of members of the Rough Riders, defensive linemen, I believe, that came and joined us for Curling Day in Saskatchewan. And Gerald was up here as well, and he does not look out of place standing in between 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
He was probably taller than both of them.
I believe that. It actually looked kind of funny when he was standing with his team earlier today and we were taking those pictures. It almost looked like he was superimposed in front of the team. He was just that much bigger than the girls.
Okay, that's the other. I'll try to time it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sherry Anderson with her first stone here in the first end, looking to make a play on the 1 stone in the rings.
Hard shave. Hard shave.
And again, looking to brush for a little extra curl.
Okay, good. That's fine.
Makes the hit, but the shooter will roll out of play.
Slightly less ice. I'll just give you a touch less.
Gives Kelly Schaefer a chance to try to tuck a little bit further around and
Make
try
the
to
blank
get the
harder.
force here.
Yeah.
Similar. Just a touch less ice. Yeah. Is it? Oh, sorry. It's okay. Didn't really do much, hey? Same way, it's real good, Cal. I thought you threw it really good. It's a hair big maybe for what does. Yeah, it's still good. Lots of line.
Back 12.
Lots.
Yeah.
Take it deep. Lots.
It's there.
Yeah.
There plus.
Okay, Cal.
Well, I think that makes the blank a little easier.
Slides that one through the back, and we'll give
Right here, and I'm gonna throw
Sherry Anderson the chance just to throw a rock through the rings now. Again, this plays back to the fact that this is their first game. She's probably going to pick a spot here that she'd like to see.
Yeah.
Maybe here she's even said playing hack weight. She wants
And
to,
something to learn,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You got the time?
Yeah. Still learning the ice.
Probably solid hack, eh?
Probably solid hack.
Bump.
So Sherry Anderson with her final stone does throw it through, gets a chance to see that spot on the ice, and we'll see 2 zeros go up on the board, all tied up with no score when we come back for the second.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, proud sponsor of the men's tankard. Today's the day.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Second end just underway here. We'll quickly go through all of the scores here in this draw number 2. Ray Williamson, one of those teams that had to play this afternoon. They had a big win this afternoon over Ashley Howard, facing Penny Barker in her first game. They've got the 1-0 lead there. Our feature game blanked in the first end. On sheet 3, the defending champion, Robin Silvernagel, picking up 2 in the first end against Shalyn Fleming, who won in an extra end this afternoon. And a blank on sheet 4 as well. Michelle Englot and Amber Holland are tied. It is Englot with last rock over there. Kelly Schaefer continuing here in the second end with the guards on the center line. Stopped it just shy of the rings on the first one.
Line's getting better.
There's that accent.
Okay, well.
And 5
That's
guard
good.
zone rule.
Okay, that works. Just so
Can't
much
make an
better
attempt
coming
on
this
those
way.
yet, so you'll see Sherry go around the corner.
I don't think we need a lot more, Kay.
We didn't touch
It's
that.
going to be faster and we didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Line's good. 8. 8. What? 8, 9. Don't want to.
I'm going to judge by the look on her face that she thought she threw less than that.
Yeah.
Probably
Sweepers haven't touched it yet. Now starting to pick it up a bit.
Yes. Bury it up. Hard. Hard. Yup. Stay on. Hard. Hard. Good.
Coming around their own corner guard. They don't mind if that one's behind the tee line. They wanted it buried.
Yeah, nice shot.
Shaylin Kitt's the new player on this team this year. And hails from Oxbow, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I got 16. Yeah.
A lot of great curlers come from Oxbow, Saskatchewan.
Are you going to tell us who?
I thought you'd just jump right in there.
No, I'm not walking into that for you.
Lots of room right now. Lots of room right now, Dana. Lots of room.
Finish?
Yep, go. Go.
I came in there
Nice
nice.
shot.
And now we'll see if you peels can almost get all three, actually.
Yeah, the second guard came a little tight, and there is some angle there.
Yeah.
The calf, hey? Yeah.
So you saw Sherry
Good weight here.
try to line them up to get all three. And we know from seeing Megan in the past, she can throw it.
Didn't really like
Sounds like she might have got that one a bit outside.
Yeah.
Ooh. Quite a bit outside. Slides it by everything.
Well, gives the Streifel team a chance to come around right on in on top of that one and
even
sit two.
5 feet less is great. Got it. Let's go.
Having said that, those center guards are always going to be lined up to.
Yeah, I
to get
thought she
those in
might
the
try to
back.
throw a higher guard and make the angle a little tougher.
Yeah.
We can wait a bit.
Gotta go a
Stay
bit.
close, Dana. Stay close. Yep, line.
Top house.
Hard line.
We're not there. We're not there.
Boy, this one's really curling.
I think it's a little short.
Yeah.
Yep.
Changes things a bit, though.
Does by freezing that.
Tighter out of
She
your
might be able to get all three guards. I don't think she can get it to go back on the rock and the rings anymore. Hard to tell from this angle if it drags enough to catch that one just outside the rings or not.
Yeah. From the camera angle, I don't think it is.
Hard chair. On the back. Okay, good shot.
Well, it dragged enough to catch it, but of course, part of the reason it dragged that far, she hit the first one very thin and didn't have much weight as it came back, and now 2 stones in the forefoot.
Neither one guarded.
Neither one guarded, and one behind the tee.
Yeah.
Okay. So faster.
Yeah, it's
up to speed, I'd
yeah,
say
it's
here.
good speed.
Okay.
Still, it's a pretty good opportunity for the Streifel team. If she can bring this stone into the top button area behind cover, I don't think she'll have a hit and roll in on any of the 3 rocks. And it'll be hard with the run back to get any more than 2 of them.
Top 4. Top 4. Still Dana, top 4. Dana, it's yours. Want me to go? It's top
Looks
5.
like it's coming in nice. Needs to curl just
That's
a
fine.
little bit.
Yeah, it was a little tight.
Just like hack, Nats.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Try to get
You
got most of it, don't you?
Yeah.
Just hack.
Because I didn't feel like that bad.
Yeah, it went a little further than I thought.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just need
looks
a
like-
little more finish on that one.
Yeah.
Looks like it's edge to edge on this one and the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Back.
Whoa.
It's gotta curl.
No.
It's gotta curl.
No. Go. Yeah. Hard.
Hard.
Go.
Hard, Meg. Hard.
Hit it over. Go.
Good shot.
Well, the reds are accumulating a little bit over there on the sides.
You're good.
Sure, where exactly
We're
is
going to
that?
have to deal with a few
Copy.
yellows first.
Well, if not for the guard, there would be a double available on the yellows.
I don't mind the same thing.
wondering, do you want me 2 feet higher?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
bury just a little corner. That would be
Yeah,
great.
that would be great. Half tucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right, same shot again. Like to bury a little bit more.
Pretty much the same though.
Full 8.
It's gonna be yours.
The top 4.
Yours. You'll have to go though.
Looks like there's lots of room coming around the guard.
Got a curl. Hard finish.
Just that little bit less weight this time. She gets a little more finish and
Yep.
pulls that into the top of the forefoot. Yellow again, sitting 3.
Yeah,
Can
sitting
you go
pretty
across
nice.
the top of that?
I think so. We have to try, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Try to hit it full. Get a couple of these moving and get this one, even if you can get it over there.
I don't think. I was
So
gonna
looking
say,
to
I
run
don't-
it back
I think
now.
she could get 2 of the, like the
Yeah.
shooter and 2 in the rings, but you certainly can't get them all. Plus, there's going to
Well-
be some jammage over there, I think.
You know, I think if you hit it just perfect, you'll never get them all out, but you could get all of them moving.
Moving.
And when 3 of them are in their forefoot, you wouldn't mind getting them all moving.
That would be a
They're
good
not going to get better.
Hard! Whoa!
Roll it, Megan! Roll it! Go, 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 go!
Hit that on the wrong side and
A little
stuffs
unlucky.
it.
Not only does it stuff that, but it takes away your draw on that side now as well.
Yeah, they were looking probably to hit about that much on the other side of the,
Yes.
the stone.
Yeah, just biting center is great. Do you want him eat? I think so, hey? Yeah. Okay. This is fresh side. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be close. I think you got it. Run more like her draw to the button.
So looking to throw the guard.
I'd say it's a nice path. And we can drag it a bit there. Yeah.
Even? Okay.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a good path here. Yeah. Yeah, regular.
Hold the line.
Halfway.
Line's tight.
Halfway.
Line's okay.
Halfway.
Line's okay. A
No
little
curl,
tight.
no curl, no curl.
Over curling. Just right center. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Halfway. Right. Very good. Great.
Not too bad. Might have over curled a little there.
It does leave Sherry
Yeah.
a play on the one stone. You see her indicating the double.
She could actually make that double and maybe even stick around, making that one yellow a little lonely.
Contact there, but
Yeah, because I was saying hold the line.
She
Like I said, hold it out there.
She can't take both. Right?
Yeah.
She's either got to cover this or cover that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Get off of that.
3/4. It's just off nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't going
not gonna do much,
It's eh?
not
going to do much.
Running red into the
Megan's
pack.
second one did that.
Yeah, the angle is there going back. If she hits this again just right, she could
Okay,
move
let's
all 3 yellows.
Get this, guys.
The back one, I just don't see any way she
Put
gets
on
it
the rock, move the
out.
double on the top. Yeah, open up that forefoot.
Yeah, I think
She
just
could even
getting
get
the
it to
double on
spin
the
out
top
of the
too would
forefoot.
be
She'd
lovely.
be happy.
Yeah.
Firm.
Whoa! Off.
Not sounding real positive.
Going to be a little thin on that run back and drives it across both of those yellow stones. Rolls the shooter out.
She's got the draw here. She's got nothing on that side to get shot. So I think just... Okay, so if we guard this side, she rips this double, we get one, right? Make her play that shot, I think. The other option would be to come right in. We could do that too. Here. Anywhere on that.
I like coming right on in.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I do too.
Yeah, you don't want to punch this too much, obviously. We have this, but she's got to play that too. Like she's probably playing the draw first. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think if we're putting that, we try to get shot.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah, absolutely. You might as well sit 4.
I think play the guard. Like, yeah, just, yeah. Yeah, very quick here. A little more. Yep, that's good. You're just starting that line.
Sounds like they're just playing the guard, though.
Yeah. I think higher is the better anyway.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
wanna leave that.
Yes. Okay. So like.
Well, it will make for an interesting decision for Sherry Anderson because that double she was looking at is still there. She could hold him to 1.
Yep.
Or she could play the in-off on her own and try to score, but the danger in that is you
Giving
could
up
give
3.
up 3.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Line's good.
Real tight.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Halfway. Good. Easy. Halfway. Whoa,
Coming down.
One.
Coming down.
Queen, queen, queen.
Real good.
Good.
Makes the guard actually with where she's got that the in-off on her own is really difficult. So Sherry Anderson
Yeah, kind of
looking to try to play that double.
takes that away, actually. And you know what? Sherry makes a nice double here. She'll be pretty happy to give him 1.
Half rock.
Well, Kelly Schaefer has called an aggressive game here in the opening 2 ends, and it's going to pay off here with a steal. Sherry Anderson with her final stone, hoping to keep it to a steal of 1. Needs the double. Called the sweep on right away. By the front one.
Okay.
Makes the nose hit. That's
Steal
not
of
enough
2.
to cut out the back, so it'll be a steal of 2. Kelly Schaefer, skipping the Kristen Streifel team, jumps out to the 2-0 lead.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, proud sponsor of the men's tankard. Today's the day.
Totally my first time. I'm very excited. Don't worry, we have a great time. We're gonna throw the road for practice, and then we're gonna actually play games. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
Not better. Yeah. Could been better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Kelly Schaefer continuing with her aggressive play as we come back. You see the guard. And real quickly, we'll update all the scores here on sheet 1. Williamson and Barker tied at 1. It's Williamson with last rock there as they play in the third. Our feature game on sheet 2. On sheet 3, Robin Silvernagel with a 2-0 lead over Shallon Fleming, and Fleming continues to have last rock there as they finish up the third. And Michelle Englot with the hammer in the second end picked up a single point. She leads Amber Holland 1-0 on sheet 4.
And a very nice come around there by the Anderson team. You see the change of strategy. Sherry's had last rock the first couple ends, threw it to the corner. Now given the score.
Well, do you think it's entirely the score, or is some of it scoreboard management? Because you see teams doing that earlier and earlier. And in the second end, the even end, she actually threw the corner guard.
Yeah.
And they did get a rock around it, but Kelly Schaefer ignored the corner situation, played everything to the middle, and that rock around the corner guard never became a factor. But
I'd like to say it's both. It's score as well as management. I'm not sure if the third end is where they're already looking at the odd and even.
Well, we've seen it earlier, but if you're throwing that around the center, you're thinking blank here.
Yeah.
We're light. We're just full.
You'll take the 2 if you get it.
Oh, for sure.
But you want to keep the blank alive, so she's not looking to get as many rocks in play this end.
Okay, same weight, sir. 8 foot. Same thing.
It's funny, it's one of those things I actually enjoy watching because there was always scoreboard management. We always looked at it, but we didn't look at it as early as the first and second and third end. And now some of the top teams, it's the first end they're already thinking about it.
Odd and even,
We've got last rock in the first end. We want to blank the first and get it into the even ends. And it's subtle differences, whereas the first end, instead of a corner guard, you throw in and you try to draw the play in the rings and keep the blank alive. Second end, you're much more willing to play the corner guards and try to score your 2.
Yeah, and I do agree with you that it is more than it ever used to be.
Way
more. Yeah, I agree. And I also say that you see it more in the slams and in the 8-end games early on, that 1, 2, 3, 4, than you see in these 10-end games. That's not to say they still don't do that, but certainly more so in the 8-end game. Nice shot there, by the way.
Normal.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Clean it. Clean it.
Looking for the run back here.
Not
the first time we've seen that in this game. Run back a little thin on the contact. We did see we had a chance to watch this afternoon. We weren't able to be on the air, but we did notice that as soon as she stepped the weight up a little bit, they ran very, very straight.
Yes.
I was thinking that.
And we saw a lot of rocks hit the high side a little bit.
That or this even,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not going to necessarily call them misses, but when they did just miss or hit half a rock, it was mostly on the high side. Yeah, definitely straighter than the players are used to, I think.
we're close. Up. Five. Have a look. Have a look.
Whoa. Looks like lots, you guys.
Right here. Should be enough. It should be enough.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good throw, Megan.
Shot, Meg.
Had a girl.
Comes to rest for third shot in the back of the 12-foot, and Sherry Anderson sits 3.
No, that's fine. Same weight or normal up? What weight?
Same weight.
Same weight?
Normal. Yeah.
Let's go.
Right in the middle. Just stuffed it. Those ones are tough to call. To go over top the other way, you almost have to call immediately out of their hand, and at that point you're still thinking you might be able to get it the other way.
So they'll look to put another rock in the rings, try to spread them out, not leave any easy doubles. You sit 3 for as long as you can and hope there's still at least 2 of them there at the end.
Yep, maybe even 3.
There's always that chance if you don't leave any doubles.
4, 5. Okay, we just want here, guys. I got it. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go for weight. You gotta go for house.
All the way
hard.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're in. Whoa, 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 whoa. 16-4.
Yeah.
Had the same line as her previous stone, but maybe took a little bit off, afraid she was going to slide through the back of the rings.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to take off just a little bit.
Because we can control a bit more.
Just control.
Let's go.
Big.
Oh, how's that?
Makes the double this time and actually comes over, nudges the 3rd stone, and
I think yellow's sitting too.
That's. Was that control?
I think it was a little
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Still running like dead straight.
Oh,
Yeah, not a lot of movement.
It's a pretty sneaky double.
Not just try to freeze to it.
Yep.
The rest of the team quickly agrees.
Wait
All
on
there.
me.
All there. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Whoa.
7,
Whoa.
7, 8.
Looks like lots.
8. Check off the 8.
Still got
9.
8, 9.
Shay.
No.
Tapping.
Shay.
Tapping a bit. Tapping a foot.
No, we're
Go,
it's counting
Shay.
lots, but no line. Okay.
Yeah.
Nose is good. We can play board, I think. This hand.
Can we play this turn or no?
We
With control?
yeah, it's just Carlin here. You want to play this hand?
Yeah.
So here you see an example. You know, Kristen's used to skipping. She had a thought in mind on how she wants to throw this and asked to change turns. Having said that, I think you mentioned earlier, these guys have only played, what is this, game 4 together?
Oh, we've got nothing.
So
Yeah,
they
no,
have a
well,
little learning.
Kelly
to
and
get.
Kristen have been playing together all year long, but not always in this configuration.
Not in these positions, yeah.
Okay, good.
I just think that turn's more manageable.
Okay, good there. Okay.
Nice shot there, making the hit and roll away from that stone, so no double available.
What do you like?
No, I know. It was just the way the angles were.
Yeah,
yeah.
Then we would
The
have
only
to
thing
go
I
and
was
wait
thinking
to
if
get
we
through
ever
there.
hung.
Oh, I
and
like
if
it
we-
this way better.
then-
Guard, it wasn't disaster, but full speed here?
I think so.
Yeah.
So Sherry's thought coming this way is that if you only get a quarter or half a round, that's a natural jam on the back.
7.
Nice, good.
Room.
No.
6, 7.
No.
Whoa.
No, Shay, it's all here. It's like true, guys.
No.
Okay.
Well, it's not quite through. It does come to rest, biting the back of the 8-foot. It's second shot.
Yeah.
Or
Looks
not.
like they're
Yeah, I
going
do.
to ignore it and just play the come around.
Yep, half tucked, biting the forefoot.
Yeah, because we can still see that red.
And your tolerance is full 8.
So, this?
Yeah, I like that. I think your first ice was maximum.
Yeah, I do too. So maybe about
Even
there for sweeping.
Even, yep, that's perfect. Okay. You got it.
So playing the come around to the top 4.
Okay.
These aggressive calls have been working for them so far. They had a good first end, managed to steal 2 in the second.
And we're looking pretty good all the second end.
Yeah.
They were sitting 3 and
So, good track here.
had the opposition in trouble the entire end.
Okay.
Only thing she has to be careful of here, she's got to make sure she gets a piece under the guard. She can't leave it double. That rock at the back of the 8-foot could come back to haunt her.
That's right. Could be the one that gives them their 2 back.
Line's good. Line's great.
Stop 8. Stop 12.
Hard line.
Stop 12.
Yes! Gotta go line.
Hard! You got it.
Really hard line.
Hard, you got it.
Hard, you got it. Go, go, go.
Hard!
Weight looks good.
Keep going.
Just going to rub off.
Yeah.
It does protect that stone at the back, though.
Yeah. All right, good sweep, guys.
She told me she doesn't like the face.
I'll just hear her.
So I was like,
sweeping well. I think I'm going to come the same way.
okay.
Right?
Yep.
Coming the same way Nancy did.
I think your line would have been close.
Yeah, I think so.
If we get an inch buried top 4, but we want to be shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shot would be good.
Should be the same speed as same speed as by drawing the button.
Yeah.
There's a nice view of the
Good chunk
crowd.
the 4, guys, but it's got to be
Here in
top
Melville.
4.
Okay.
I need a piece buried.
Yeah. You got her. Yeah. It's nice. Hey, line's good right now. Room right now.
Room.
Where?
7.
Yep. Whoa. 8. Whoa.
8.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Megan's rock.
No.
She's got a lot of room by that Yellowstone at the top of the 12-foot.
It's starting to slow down.
She's going to get a piece of the 4. I don't know if it'll be a big enough piece.
Shot.
I'm not sure who shot there.
How curly is? No curly. No curler.
No curling.
It's very close.
No curly.
And they're not even going to guess for us. They're just going to say it's very close.
Regardless, I
It's
think
very
you just
close.
come give this.
Like, that's good.
You can
Right in here?
Yeah, do you want to try
Small
giving
bump?
this a little tap? I think so.
I'll just play for T-line weight.
Obviously tall.
We can sweep it, is there? Yep.
Yeah.
I'll play for the sweeper. So it is hanging a bit here.
Yeah.
So do you like there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that should be close.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can hit it
So
early,
just
but
playing to
it'll
basically
run.
get shot rock.
So
Maybe
do you
tap
think
it an
that's
inch if you need to. Get a little bit to the inside, and it's going to
think
make
this
it
is
pretty
good.
tough.
Okay. I'm not sure his shot, so just T-line weight. Just a tiny bump would be okay.
Sure.
But like anywhere on that line is
So it's just T-line.
It's fine. So just T-line. So same weight it gave you, need a pound more. Yeah. Okay.
Kelly Schaefer with her final stone here in the 3rd end. Leading by 2, looking for a delicate little tap back here to perhaps set up a steal again here in the 3rd.
There seemed to be a bit of a panic there all of a sudden.
Hard, guys!
Hard, really hard.
Really hard!
Right to it.
Hard!
Yep. Any bump, Dana? Good.
She curled a lot more than they thought it would.
Yeah,
It's
it looked like
buried and
really took off.
It did get a little bit of a nudge on that stone, but I still can't tell whose shot.
Yeah, I don't know if that was enough.
I think we just touched it. Yeah, just enough. I was like trying to keep it for the little.
Yeah, that ran a little different than Sherry's. Looked like Sherry's hung. Pretty similar weight, really. Whereas this one really made a move.
We saw the rock move, and I still wouldn't want to bet on whose shot.
Oh yeah, can't tell from here. So drawn for one, needs to bite the pin.
Outside with ice there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Not a lot of room to draw there, guys. I don't see anything else, so it's dangerous to run anything and get more than the two.
No, I like this. Yeah. We need a piece of the button.
We need a good chunk of the button.
Good chunk.
Yours first one curled in there.
Yeah,
over
it did.
curl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Curled in there nice. So. Yeah, that Sweden weight's nice. It curls. Yeah.
Well, Sherry's made a ton of these over the years. And I'll even throw out a stat now in her 27 provincial appearances.
Yeah.
Where?
Phenomenal how many she's been able to attend and for such a young woman.
7.
Exactly. She must have gone to 3 or 4 a year.
Rock. Room. Sherry's rock. Room. No, don't touch it. Can't.
Line's nice.
Line's
Question
great.
whether
It
or not
looks
it's
really
gonna stop in
close.
time. This is should get to the back one at the very least. So
Move this one.
I think it's going to be a steal of one. We'll have to wait for the players to confirm.
I didn't look yet, but
Does look yellow from here, but probably worth a measure.
I think it's yellow. Look, Shay. Pretty sure it's yellow.
So they bring out one set of younger eyes. They concede that it is one yellow and another steal for the Kristen Streifel team. They now take a 3-0 lead into the fourth.
More than this side.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea!
Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
And as we begin play in the fourth end, we'll once again quickly update you on all the scores. A blank end in the third end, and Williamson and Barker still tied at 1 as they play the fourth. Actually, the fourth just completed. A deuce has gone up on the board. Williamson picks up a 2 points there, and it's a 3-1 lead as they throw the first stone in the fifth. On sheet 3, Robin Silvernagel has stolen her way now to a 4-0 lead over Shellen Fleming, and Fleming continues to have last rock there. And a steal of 1 for Michelle Englot on sheet 4. She now leads by a score of 2-0 Amber Holland with last rock as they finish up the fourth end over there.
Slower on that side.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kelly Schaefer has continued to throw center guard. She's got a 3-point lead now
And throwing a second center guard now. We'll see how this plays out.
And again, as we were talking about last end, here's the difference with Sherry Anderson. The even end, she throws the corner guard. Ignores that center, throws the corner guard.
Might also depend where that center guard is.
Yep. Hard line.
And again, there's a difference between being 2 down and being 3 down.
Okay, real tight.
But I do agree that it
1.
does have to do. Yeah, 1 point.
Okay, that's real tight. That's good.
Looks like that did stop just outside the rings. I'm not sure that it matters because I think it's just about dead buried on the long one anyway, so you wouldn't really be able to do much with it on this attempt anyway. Now this is different than what she did in the second end, and you have to wonder if it's because she watched
Line's good, guys.
Kelly Schaefer just totally ignore the situation on the corner and just pile pressure into the center.
Well, Sherry does have to stop the bleeding a little. She's got to make sure no matter what happens this end, whether it's 1, I mean, she'd obviously want 2, 3, or 4, but she needs to count. Nancy just kicked that rock.
Board. Yep. Control. Whoa. No line. Post. Clean it. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Looking for a little bit of a roll here. Nudges off her own stone.
Nicely
Sits
done.
2 at the top of the 12.
You know what? Let's come this way.
Okay. Gotta go. It's nice. 5.
Yep. Hard.
Looking to come around the 2 stones at the top of the 12-foot here. The sweepers jumped it right away.
Yep. Room.
Whoa.
No more. No. Good shot, Meg.
Did you get Cut it.
Maybe a little over anxious on the sweep there. It did get by
deep.
a little bit of room coming by. It is
Look at
dead buried
actually
though.
Dead buried around the 1 and the 12 foot, so definitely some nice movement.
But the reason why you might not like it quite that deep is if Emily can come along here and sit on the corner of that stone, doesn't even have to get right to the face. You don't have a lot of room to try to score 2.
Yeah, your house is pretty small.
Line only. We're all there. We're back. No, then.
It's got a lot more room than the rock that Megan just threw.
I think quite a bit more weight, too.
That's probably why.
Okay.
And right through the back.
Here's a bit of an opening for the Anderson team.
Okay.
And perhaps the first opening they've had.
Yeah.
You know, it might be.
Capitalize here, hey?
They have been under pressure
Every
the whole
end.
game so far.
Yeah. And Nancy just said it best. Let's capitalize. When you get a break like this, you have to make it.
Gotta go, Shay.
Now jumping this rock right out of her hand again.
Hard for anywhere close to home. Hard. Okay.
Okay. Probably.
Yeah.
You think you can still
Just
get
always
there?
left slide with
Oh
the
yeah,
second.
like that. Yep.
We can
Because
just play a
otherwise
little
we're
tap on
playing
the
around with this,
outside
but
one too.
okay.
I like this.
I think this shot is still here. Not for shot, but to certainly make the house a lot smaller.
Kristen Streifel now with her first stone of the fourth end.
Wade's good. Wade's there. Watch the rim right now. Wade's there. Gotta go at the end. He's got no line. No line, you guys. No line. Can't be deep.
Certainly lots of room.
Whoa, whoa. Sit. Okay. Hey, it's good.
That's pretty good.
Just like, just throw. She missed that guard by lots. Yeah, so T-line. T-line, they sweep for back four and just come off it. I think throw the same weight that you threw down there. Both of those were here. Okay. Hey, no more, Nats.
I just got a slower kick on your second one. You have 25 on your first and a 46.
I'd like this move back to the back four.
If we can get under, it would be great. Yeah. I just got a 15-2 on that. Yeah. I'm trying to throw just back 8. But I can't overthrow it and miss it wide, right?
Yeah.
So
it stays
try to throw T, you sweep it.
Probably
back
wouldn't be
8.
good.
Yeah, like she threw a 13-6 the second, and it didn't curl at all. So.
Back 8! Whoa! Back 12! Back 12! Clean! 10! Megan! Megan! Go, Megan! Hard! Hard, Meg!
Looking to get some curl with the sweep here.
Yeah.
Wants to get close to the nose here.
Close. It's a good shot.
That's all right.
Does nudge it off of her own stone, but puts it to the back forefoot.
Inside freeze.
Are we second? We're second.
Okay. Inside freeze on the red.
So we can either play that.
Good sweep.
It's good.
Just need to curl a hair.
Yeah, that was my first thought is just get to the inside here. Even if we just sit right here, that's fine. If we give this a tiny tap, that's okay, but it'd be nice to stay locked on this. Yeah.
We play to kind of draw to here.
Yeah, basically the same line.
Kind of.
Yeah, they pounded that, so
They did.
same.
So,
Yeah.
I like, you like this line.
Yeah, and if it happens to start curling, then we just bump it a bit inside. Yep.
So they're looking to corner freeze on that one.
Yeah.
Same all around. Yep. Just stay locked on that one.
Yes. Same weight, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Same weight.
Yeah, line a bit.
T,
Yep.
your
Yep,
line.
line.
Hard line.
Called for line right away on this one.
Definitely inside the line that the last few rocks have been on.
Yeah. We're not behind the sheet, so can't see, but yeah. You know what, though? That almost kind of did it. I think it
Do you want to
maybe
hair
grabbed.
more weight or same weight?
Same weight. You don't need to rattle anything. I just want you to.
Tap it up.
Yeah, my number 7.
Yeah. Is that the other
Guys,
already?
It's down there.
Nance,
I need my 6. Sorry.
Nancy, I just don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Want to do this?
Same weight.
Okay.
Same weight.
It's all line.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't see what Sherry said, but I'm going to guess that she said she didn't want to roll to the outside and leave her the double.
Yeah.
So she wants to get to nose.
Back 8. Clean, yep.
Same weight.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 more.
Whoa!
More weight. Oh.
Roll it, Megan!
It's
Good.
Well, that's actually pretty good. Shooter rolled far enough that there's certainly no double.
Leave this, hey?
Yeah, you can.
Good job.
I think your shot is probably
There. She can still come in this way though. That's the only thing.
You could free this. The only thing is, it's so flat that you're just like.
I'm just giving them. We're not really getting any more.
You have to hit it.
I like the first call coming around the center, coming to the broom that way.
Yep.
Cut down the scoring area. I mean,
so like right
yeah,
here, and then
yeah.
I guess
Even
above.
we can do that, or
right?
even
Like,
just unlocking our shots too is not bad.
Yeah.
Because like 8's going to be there, 4 there, and then we got a shot here. So what does she do after?
You think actually play for that, or play for the come around first?
Play for the come around. This is good.
And if we happen to unlock from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now we can't do anything over there.
No.
We still have this, but
okay.
I like that.
So there?
Yeah. You got it, Kel. It's not quite up to speed out here.
no, it's like 3 feet slower, I would say.
Okay.
Really the first time that Kelly Schaefer has faced any pressure in this game.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Facing 2 now, and really 3 not out of the question. She needs to pull one around into the top of the forefoot here. Now, having said that, if she could lock the freeze on, she
Take it
might
all
be
the way.
shot rock at the very worst. She's going to hold her to 1.
Yep.
Line's good now. Broom. Lots of line.
There. Stay close.
Lots of line.
Yeah.
Lots of line.
Switch.
Lots of line. It's got a curl. No bounce. No bounce. No bounce.
No, we're there. We're there.
She's got the weight to get the little bump, but
good, Cal.
not the line they were looking for.
Oh, I just needed to curl a little more, yeah.
Because even if it comes off, it's fine.
Sits second shot for now.
I'm just going to throw T-line, they can sweep it. Right? I won't get the curl. Because, I mean, that was draw to the buttons, but it didn't get there until the end. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking T-line and they can sweep. I don't want to throw any more than T-line.
Yeah, Sherry's worried about getting the line and getting it to curl if she throws any more to even back 4.
Maybe.
Will that curl?
No, like hers, like.
It is pretty weight sensitive.
I'm going to give you T, and for the line, we're going to try to bump it a foot or 2. But again, I don't want to roll open and give her something to get in there.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to score.
No.
So I'm going to try to give you what I gave you last time, and you guys sweep it.
Okay. Like that.
Do you think I can take a hair less?
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't feel quite right.
Lots of weight.
8, 9.
No.
8, 8, 9.
No.
Close.
Hey.
Coming down to a 7.
Shay.
7, 8. Coming down 7.
Hard.
Yep, go Shay. Hard, Shay. Hard. Both of you, hard.
Ooh, that curled in. Great shot.
Makes the tap, does rub her own stone a little bit, but still pushes it far enough to sit 2. I think just 2.
Yeah, I'd say 2.
Probably.
Yeah, do you want me to help you there?
Well, no, it's there. It's just a phone.
Yeah. I wonder if we're still second.
Sorry?
I wonder if we're still second.
Oh, yeah, probably 3rd, but I don't know.
She's got to hit that like really hard, but I think if we guard that and make her play that, then I think we have to, right?
Because it's not like we can get in there for second
Mind you, this
shot.
is not a good angle. Like, to make that, she has to get right to the nose to.
But she just did that.
Yeah, but it's higher now. But I think.
I mean, the other option is to come around there, but it's not great either. We don't think we can get to third shot.
No, I don't think that does anything. I think guard this.
Oh, there's a nice
She
sign.
That stops a shot for 3. She does have that one off the wing, but she's got to make
Shaylin's dad and former junior coach.
She doesn't have to hit it by much, though. We could peel that out, and then she's got to go for this.
I think this is an easier.
What do you
shot
like
just
here,
because she
Sean?
just played it. However, she does have to come close. Like she's got.
Well, it depends which one you're more
tighter.
afraid of, but I think they're
But
right
she
in looking
could
at. They're
she
looking
could
at
still
guarding
do
the shot
this.
that,
Like the
that
rocks are so lively, you touch
Sherry
it at
just
all,
threw
and
because
then
she could
she's
throw it
got
again
hers
for 3.
three.
The other shot that she's got is to come off her
Versus
own on
this
the
for
side.
four.
That's so flat.
Yeah.
This is so straight out there.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I like the guard.
Okay.
Okay.
So just
The other shot they'd be worried about would be
anywhere on that line, basically.
Sherry coming off of her own stone here, coming across and
There?
either rolling dead in
I think that's
for
max.
third or
Yeah,
even
okay.
touching
Well,
her own stone and bumping it in for
yeah,
third.
red onto yellow.
But as I said, it's really flat.
Yeah.
You'd have to throw a lot of weight.
Yeah, which she can.
And
but
for Sherry to throw the same shot she just played,
Yeah.
that's easier. You can't take away both of them. You take away the one she just played. And if she makes the other one, well, you're tied up with hammer. That's all you can do.
yeah.
Line's good.
Yours, Dana. Whoa. You gotta go against.
Line's good.
What'd she say?
Line's good.
No, straight.
Line's good. Over and off.
Okay, good. Good, Cal.
Okay, good, Cal.
Good. Good share.
Takes the guard. Sherry's already on her way down to the other end.
Well, if she does go red onto yellow, is there a possibility for 4?
Half a rock. Even if they hit a red, it like.
Well, I think the angles are there to do it,
Out.
but
It's just so flat.
you'd have to throw it so hard yet too.
Well, I guess my question is a shooter going to outcount if she moves that other back yellow?
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Sherry Anderson with her final stone here, looking to come in off one of her own and maybe try to get the 3rd point. If she nudged it, is it far enough?
I think 3 red.
Move this. Yeah, I'll move this one. And this one.
Yeah. I'll measure these two.
Okay, so this
So
one.
it's 2 for sure, and they're going to call for the measurement on the 3rd one. Boy, great shot from Sherry Anderson. That was the best she could do because
Oh, yeah.
she nudged that stone into the other one. It wasn't going to go any farther than that.
Yeah.
Good sweep, guys. Good end.
And a nice momentum turn as well. And an even end. So, lots of good things.
Gonna come forward. Oh, he's gonna touch. James, do you know?
The handles possibly.
My
can't
handle?
loose on this one.
No,
this
no,
is
mine.
one of Shay's.
Oh,
It was
they've got
rattling on the way
both
down.
measuring sticks out right now.
I don't know if it is or not.
She says I got it. It's too late.
Yeah.
It was a great time, long-time volunteer. Done a lot for curling. Chaired a lot of events. Bernadette McIntyre.
Great. That's true. Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Good fight back. We made a few good ones there.
Oh, I thought she was going to let us have a really good view of the micrometer.
I bet you she
Maybe
will.
she will.
It's not her first rodeo.
No.
So on the head side, it's gonna throw 8 first.
So just past the 3.
Yeah.
I say it's going to be red. What do you think?
Well, again, it looked like red for sure.
And
Oh, and it is by quite a bit. So we're all tied up. Kelly Schaefer will have last rock when we come back.
Yeah. Shot, buddy.
Yeah. Shot. Wanna go in?
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Okay, what did you just do? Oh, still having a little technical glitch, but we're back now. Just about to start play here in the 5th end, and before we do, we'll quickly recap all the scores. Sheet 1 in the 5th end break, and it is the Williamson team they stole in the 5th, so they have a 5-1 lead over Penny Barker. Our feature game all tied up now as we play the 5th. Also in the 5th end break on sheet 3, it's Robin Silvernagel with a 5-1 lead there, and she will have, or pardon me, she scored in the 5th, so it is Shallon Fleming with last rock when they resume play in the 6th. And Amber Holland, after giving up a single and a steal, picked up 3 of her own in the 4th and then stole 2 in the 5th, so she's got a 5-2 lead as they enter the 5th end break there.
So now we see a little bit of a role reversal. We see the Anderson team throwing up the center guard, Streifel team throwing up the corner.
Should be close.
6! 5, 6.
6!
Got room
6 is
right
good.
now. Room.
6!
Lots of room.
No,
5,
6! 5!
Yep. Mine's getting good.
Mine's real good.
Mine's really good, guys. Keep it going.
Yep, big hard. Yep. Hard. Yep. Good.
Shooting, Sandra.
Nice shot.
Shot, Shay. Had a girl.
Okay, what kind of weight? Oh,
Just full 8.
okay.
So likely similar kick.
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the room right now? Nothing.
Little
for
down.
Hard.
You gotta go for 8.
Okay, go then.
Hard. Light.
Dana Demir's here looking to come down to that stone that was just delivered.
Yeah, or even
Sounding
play
like
the
this is
ticking
gonna be
over.
Go, you guys, go. Come on, go.
Just not the weight they needed for that shot.
Slate.
Like popped off so hard.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. That 46.
Yeah,
1.5.
that'll be good.
Yeah.
Guard the yellow one. High guard.
Yep. Yeah. You got her. You got it.
Guarding the yellow, so Streifel can't use it.
Two. Go on.
Whoa.
Two.
Go on, 2.
Is it more than 2?
5.
Where is it?
5.
Yep, come around it. Hard. Hard.
Yeah, 5.
Hard, guys, quick.
Wondering about Megan's rocks a little bit. She seems to be struggling with weight.
Yeah, they were looking for a longer guard. They did try to audible when they felt it was heavier, but not able to get by. Had weight probably to make top of the 8 foot and would have buried if they could have just gotten it by the guard.
Yeah, and they were calling for just a halfway guard there. They were guarding the yellow.
Tap? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Just this way. Back 4. Back all there. Back 12. Back line. We need an angle. Off the red. Back line. We're like through. Definitely through. We're in between. Yeah. Through. Yep. We're not on anything.
Ooh, the dreaded in between.
Yellow. Okay.
So just rubs off their own guard, pushes the red in for second, and I believe both reds dead buried.
Yeah. The only other thing I was seeing was just a nose on this one.
Yeah, no.
And staggered the two center guards a little bit as well. I think
Yeah. Okay.
Kelly Schaefer's at the point where she's going to have to try to clean a path to get in.
So let's guard here.
Yeah, kick the same. We'll see. So
Sherry Anderson looks to be thinking the same thing, so let's take away that double peel that she's got there.
Kick the same, we'll see what happens. I mean, if it's just over, it's good. So. Don't need to.
Just a 1-2. Looks like it's all here.
2.5. We're to it. No. We're to the red.
No. Just
Yeah,
let it stop.
I know how Sherry feels. Yeah, we're to the red. Well, now what do we do?
Yeah, exactly. Let me think for a second.
You think if you just blast this?
Yeah. Got the first one by.
Yeah.
There's no two.
Yeah. This isn't bad because that red's not going anywhere.
I'm a little surprised she doesn't try to peel this from the other side. I thought she might be able to get all three of them with the drag.
Catch the back one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, moves a couple, but still leaves Shot Rock guarded.
Yeah, I know, to just punch it into the house.
Second shot is open now, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering how
could
flat
play
they are.
off
Can you
that.
play it? Yeah.
In line with this,
Even
guys.
if she just comes into the other one, she's probably going to be Shot Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You're going to finish it over?
Yeah, I will. Okay. It's really nice here. Like, think
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Looks like it's all.
3.
Yep, then. Whoa.
Do that, yeah.
Whoa.
Halfway.
I just don't want to line this up, dead lined up.
That might happen. Yeah. Sit.
We'll cross it then.
Okay.
We'll cross it then.
Yep.
Well, there's still some space between those.
Yeah, there is.
No, it's pretty good.
Just a hair high.
Yep. Okay.
It is an opportunity here for Kristen Streifel to try to get her team out of a little bit of trouble. Danger is if you hit this just off the nose, you could miss the back one and leave it covered, but she does catch it.
Well, gives Nancy the chance now to come around.
Not an easy come around though. With
No, actually, maybe even the bump.
yeah,
Yeah.
the come around just because those guards are far enough off center. I can't recall anybody going out that wide for a come around yet.
That's pretty tough.
Okay.
If you're gonna tap one, tap this.
Okay. Same weight I was giving you for those. Just T-line back 4, right?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Called early.
A little down. 5.
Whoa!
Yes!
Ooh, and now a panic.
Okay.
Like that.
Pretty big momentum swing there.
Yeah, well,
You
and
know.
that particular stone even, it wasn't urgent until it was really urgent.
Yeah, and then it was a panic, and now all of a sudden the Streifel team has a wall to roll behind.
Didn't
Lets
hear
him off the
anything
hook.
about whether it picked or anything.
Never.
Never.
No.
Stay close.
Close.
Chance for Krista Streifel if she can make the hit and roll behind cover. Turn this end around a little bit.
Just like that. And roll behind their own color.
You want to double tap on the red, or do you want
So
to
patient. Good brush.
Well, I don't want to double tap on the red.
Probably just draw here.
Just draw. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Run it.
She's either got to guard it or
Run it. Three's not in
At the
play.
end, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This way, three's in play. If I go here, she goes there.
Yeah. Just try to, are you trying to run it this way or this way?
Well, I think this way is easier,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Oh. Kelly Schaefer maybe starting to feel a little cold. She's doing what you normally wouldn't see except pre-game warm-up. But she was throwing third stones and sweeping, of course, for most of the year. Might not have adjusted to the colder climate playing skip.
Just an inch.
Sherry Anderson going to look for the run back on the yellow.
Hard up, sure.
Try to kill that stone in the 8-foot. Roll the run back stone out of play as well. Takes a bit of a spill.
Yep.
Still got the rock on pretty close to the right line.
Go, go, go. Okay.
Oh, no. I called a sweep on. I thought it was close to the right line. She was actually looking to just peel that one, and
You all right? All right.
it goes by everything.
I don't know.
And now the bigger question is Sherry okay?
Could come
Sorry,
wide.
that wasn't pretty.
I'm sure she's going to say she's okay, but
What do you think about like that?
right now I think it probably hurts a little bit.
Yeah, that's really tricky.
And then if we end up tapping that, she can come in here.
Yeah. You
By
can you
going,
can
like,
come
right
you
here.
can come through that hole.
Should we go here?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Because even if it curls up and we go like this, that's a really tough hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
she's
don't wanna
coming
be,
right
like,
on top
back.
here. What about? No, that's good. What about here?
We won't see Sherry Anderson doing any of those
Like all the way back here?
jogging in place motions we just saw
But
from
do you
Kelly
think
Schaefer.
just
She's
coming
going
around
to
here back 4 then? No.
take full advantage of the fact
Okay, the
that
other
the
option is
Schaefer
key
team
line
is going to
like
have to
this.
discuss this shot. She's going to have to shake that one off and throw her last stone. In the meantime, Kelly Schaefer a chance to perhaps set up 2 or 3 of her own as we go into the
You guys
5th end
like-
break.
Like going to the wing? Like
Yeah.
back 12?
Yeah,
I like that. I like back 8, back 12.
We're not doing any damage there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
curls enough. So back 12 is
Yeah,
good.
let's go.
It still is quick up here. Yeah, my guard track.
So Kelly Schaefer with her first stone, just electing come to the back of the 8-foot on the open side. She's going to
Line's
let
good.
Sherry have
It's gonna
an
curl
open
a
rock to
lot.
hit, but then she should have an open shot for 2.
Line's
The
good.
key here is to get this back far enough that Sherry can't roll into the 8-foot for
Where? Where's
shot
it?
rock behind cover.
Oh, look. Okay, hard, 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 hard.
And this is going to be sitting fairly high.
Just keep it high. Higher. Hard, 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 hard.
Not able to get the rings at all.
Ran out of rings.
Plus, it
You play
might
this
have
for
left
sure.
Sherry rock she could come off of to get to shot rock.
Well, the draw.
Sherry's also looking at the draw on the other side.
I mean, I threw and I went
We were
right
taking
here.
here, right? And we landed here.
I was hard in the 4.
Yeah.
So that's the line. Yours started to curl.
Yeah.
I think that's probably close if they can sweep and finish it.
Yeah, I agree.
And even if they have to take it back here to bury it, right?
Okay.
Try to be a little smoother than my first delivery. Do not try this at home.
She did say she'd just try. She didn't promise
this is
anything.
I that one, guys, and it only went, but I was dead weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you holler out, because I'm not hearing weights. Well, holler it out, because if it's light, it's going to curl a little more.
Okay.
Because Nancy's did.
Okay. Yeah.
Just an inch more. Still the same weight, eh?
Yeah.
If you have to take it back to bury it, that's fine.
Okay. Six.
Room.
6,
7.
7.
Down. Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
8. Well done. 7. Well done.
Ring. Yes.
Oh, yep. Whoa.
She's made the port.
Room.
Here,
Whoa,
right
whoa,
here.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Here.
Yep. Whoa.
Good. Shot.
Gets a little finish as it's coming into the forefoot and does come to rest. Maybe a sliver of the button at the back of the button. And if anything, it's overburied on those two red guards that you could just see at the top of the picture.
A little thicker than half, yeah. Here.
Kelly Schaefer electing to play the run back, angle run back on their own stone, see if they can pick up a deuce here.
Let's go, Kel.
Her only other option would be to just try to follow Sherry down, and that's just for one, and not an easy draw for one either.
Control.
Whoa. No. Nope.
Control.
Nothing out of the brushers so far.
Okay.
Pleading with that rock to curl, but it just will not. Drives that stone harmlessly through the rings, and it will be a steal of one for Sherry Anderson. She takes a 4-3 lead in our feature game as they complete the fifth. Kim Hudson has made her way down to ice level, and we're going to see if we can get a word or two with Sherry. Kim?
Okay. First questions first. You okay?
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened there. My foot just went out from underneath me and I landed on the top of my foot, but no, I'll be fine.
Okay. Tough. First 2 or 3 ends, did that have to do with, they were very aggressive, looked like you were in trouble a little bit. Did that have to do with them playing before you, maybe getting the bye, not knowing the ice? What do you think?
Well, I think it's definitely helped them to be playing before. I mean, the ice is a little bit tricky, a little bit straight with any weight in some spots, but then there's a couple of spots that moved a little bit, and we got caught on that. And, and we got in trouble. And then, I think definitely that would have made a difference, I think.
That was a nice last shot. That's probably a big momentum turn, hopefully.
I hope so.
So what do you think about the last half then?
Well, I think we're getting everything under control. You're not going to make every shot, but you don't want to have 2 or 3 misses in a row, and we did that, and I didn't help to cause those couple ends, and so you got to come up with a big one and get the points when you can. So we'll try to keep going from there.
Okay, good luck. Stay on your feet.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, SGI, White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, CurlSask, SaskTel Max TV, and Realcast Media.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea! Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Totally my first time. I'm very excited. Don't worry, we're having a great time. We're gonna throw the run for practice, and then we're gonna actually play games. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
Not be better. Yeah. Could be even better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Just about set to return from the fifth end break on our feature sheet, and while we wait for them, we'll quickly update you on all the scores here. Sheet 1, Rayanne Williamson, coming off a big win this afternoon over Ashley Howard, has continued to play well tonight, has the 5-3 lead over the last team to win here in Melville, Penny Barker, and Williamson with the last rock there as well. They're playing in the 7th. Our feature game with the steal of 1, Sherry Anderson now with a 4-3 lead. Kelly Schaefer will have last rock in the 6th. Robin Silvernagel, the defending champion, continuing to put pressure on, and her game has a 7-1 lead over Shallon Fleming, and it is Fleming with last rock there. And after a relatively slow start to the game, only 2 points on the board after 3, it's been 3-2-3, and we're all tied at 5.
Yeah.
Amber Holland and Michelle Englot on sheet 4. It is Holland with last rock as they play in the 7th.
And there you see Sherry with a 1-point lead, throws it to the button, and instead of a center guard.
The contrast in styles right there.
Absolutely.
Kelly Schaefer with a 3-point lead in the 4th, still was throwing center guards. Sherry Anderson with a 1-point lead in the 6th, calls for it into the house. And looking for the corner guard here, but that's going to slide into the 12-foot.
Straight through.
I'm just taking a guess this might make for a quick end.
Well, historically, I would say you're probably right, but it's the 5-rock rule. They've got one more chance to throw a corner guard. They can't be peeled.
Yep. Pretty close, but hard. A little firm.
I'm not saying they will.
Yeah.
The question is, are you willing to ignore 2 rocks in the rings to throw another corner?
Nope.
Well, she could have a corner guard hitting this one, though,
That's
too.
right.
Throw. Yeah. Crochet. Throw. Just moved, hey?
I think Sherry Anderson would like to see that rock roll all the way into the house.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, no doubt
By
about
contrast, Kelly Schaefer would like to see this rock hit right on the nose and stay out of the house. And it's going to have to curl to do that. Makes the hit, but the shooter will roll into the rings.
It's a 10. Yeah. Little big. Hard.
Little big. That would be an oxymoron, wouldn't it?
Right up. Okay.
Well, it just rolls out of the rings.
Mustn't have touched the foam bumper, and I left it there. From our overhead, it looked like it was touching.
Even from that front view, it looked like it had to be close. It's far enough out of the rings, even if you jammed one on it, it wouldn't be in. But
Yeah. It's just something to trip over.
Bring that down to a 10.
I don't know if Kelly Schaefer's wearing a Fitbit, but if she is, I'd like to see what it says after the game, because she's doing a lot of jogging and blaze back there. We
think
caught her
she's
on
cold?
camera last time. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's been playing third most of the year and hasn't been standing still, and now she's finding it a little cold back there.
Nice weight, Meg.
Well, she got to do a little
Yeah, she was
sweeping
probably
there.
sitting there.
Warmed up.
Don't hit this on the nose. I want to sweep a little.
Yeah. Oh, there's the corner guard call.
Not over.
It sounded like before she even got out of the hacks, or far out of the hacks, she was. I heard her say there's something under it, and she was just barely out of the hacks, and it only makes it halfway down the sheet.
You believe her? No, for
Well.
sure. You hate when that happens.
Keep it clean. It's not full. It's clean. Six. It's cleaning.
And this one comes to rest in the back of the 8-foot.
This late in the end, they'll just go rock for rock now for how many stones are left? 8, I guess.
Kristen Streifel with the hit, and a big roll does hang on at the back of the 12-foot.
Almost managed to make the freeze on that.
Almost managed to roll out of the rings too, which could have been dangerous at the end. It might have left something for Sherry Anderson to freeze to and get the cheap force.
Close. Queen, yep. Whoa. Big. Sorry, Nancy.
Makes the hit. They would have liked to stay right there to maybe get a jam. Rolls to the back of the 12-foot.
It's a little big.
Thought it was a 9.
She got 8.5. She thought. Oh, did she?
Flying. Sure, good.
It's not that hard to throw it hard on this.
Yeah, it's a good point. When the ice is this quick and the surface is that nice, it's pretty easy to overthrow.
Well, makes the hit, but rolls out of play this time.
Yeah. Can have a practice of a draw shot or two. Always nice to throw those.
Anywhere but short.
Yeah. I know, we both tightened up.
Lean all the way.
Okay, remember now. No, it's running. Go off.
7, 8.
Off. That's good, Cher.
And again, comes to rest in the back of the 8-foot.
These skips are even staying at this end. I'm gonna save some time. Kelly's ready to throw. Sherry standing at the hack.
Didn't happen to glance at the clocks while you were down.
Oh, what all do you expect of me? I can only do so much.
Yep.
Well, that's a change of your tune, because usually you tell me you can do it all. Sing, dance.
Oh, I can do those.
Yeah. 10? 10's fine. That's good. Okay. What's that?
No.
Shays.
I need you.
Clean.
Yeah, go, Shay. Go, Shay. Go.
Shay, right up.
Good. Atta girl.
Good.
Makes the hit. Will roll over to the 12-foot, but does stay in the rings. So Kelly Schaefer's going to have to make a play on that stone, and she'll try to hit and roll out to get the blank here. I don't know if Sherry was trying to play the roll that way, but as it turned out, she managed to get it into a spot. There haven't been a lot of hits played.
I don't think we've seen a stone over there yet.
No.
Sounding good, though.
Nice throw, Kel.
Clean is what you like to hear. If you're looking for the blank, you get the blank. So Sherry Anderson will continue to lead 4-3, and Kelly Schaefer will continue to have last rock.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea!
Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
Seventh end underway in our feature game. The first stone, you see that tight center guard thrown up by the Anderson team. Updating all the scores here. On sheet 1 is Rayanne Williamson with a 5-3 lead over Penny Barker. A lot of rocks in play and 2 rocks left to come in that seventh end over there. On sheet 3, Robin Silvernagel, defending champion, having a strong opening game here. They've got a 7-2 lead, playing the 8th over Shallon Fleming. And still tied, 5-all. The 7th end was blank. Amber Holland with last rock, playing Michelle Englot on 4.
Back on our sheet, Anderson team threw up the center guard here in the 7th end. Streifel's team attempted the tick, touched it, but went to the back line. So now we see Sherry's team coming around.
Now, guys,
7.
Room. Room.
6.
6. Room.
6.
Room. Lots of room, Nancy. Whoa. Whoa, if you can.
Like to finish it, sure.
Nice Wade. Good shot.
Tucked a tiny piece, I think.
Yeah.
So same shot again. Get the back one great. If you touch the front one, that's good too.
Let's go.
You got it.
Dana DeMere is trying to make a play on that shot stone.
Little less.
Little less. Coming down, coming down.
I'd like to get it behind the tee line if they could. Has she got enough weight for that? Looks like it.
Enough, I think.
Curls just enough. And
good
we'll
shot.
Push it to the back 12. It's a great shot. She could not see very much of that.
Yeah. Just freeze.
Yeah. 5 is all you need.
That spot's pretty good. 15-3? 15-3, I think. It's pretty good here.
Whoa. Whoa.
6, 5.
No. Can only be a 4-5, guys. Whoa. Cannot bounce.
Quite an array of numbers there.
Well, they were looking to stop in front of that rock somewhere. It just nudges off. That'll allow Kelly Schaefer to make a play on that stone. I thought she might try to roll another one underneath. Looks like she's going to play the hit and roll to the open. Might get the double. Doesn't really need to get the back one, but if she's trying for that roll, might get the double anyway.
Control.
So trying to keep her 2 stones separated, not leave a double.
That's most important.
Yeah.
Other way.
Big roll this way.
Well, they're going to go behind now and actually past the guards. Gets her 2 rocks separated that way.
Yep, that works too.
does leave this chance for hit and roll under cover.
Yeah, and they can get shot by playing this roll,
Doesn't do much.
even though it's behind the tee line.
We'll just wait for it at the end here. Okay, you stay tight to it, hey? Hack! 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 Just hack!
Close!
Just hack!
Clean! Clean! Yep! Yes! Hard! Sorry, I didn't realize it was. I mean, I heard you say it was quiet.
Well, that one caught them a little bit by surprise. They got more curl than they expected.
Well, I think the rate was less than they thought,
Yeah.
but you know what Nancy was saying, bang on, hack, hack, hack. I don't
Yeah.
think it really just computed with what Sherry was playing.
Not able to get that rock out of the rings, and her shooter rolls too far.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Kelly's came down.
Yeah. Gotta go, girls. Gotta go, Kuwait.
Gotta go. It's really coming down.
They want this deep in the 12-foot, or deep in the
Well,
house, I should say, and
they'd
it's
like it
certainly not
somewhere in
going to
the
get there.
12-foot
Yeah.
that time.
Well, ideally the back 12-foot, but
We're second back here.
It's same as
Well, I
there.
think if you play like
When you're
hack
brushing,
and
there's
that,
no pebble.
pretty
Just-
good, no? Or you like just freezing it?
I like either the freeze or the hit and
or
roll.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. Either one. Whatever you like, sure. Time out.
Timeout called.
Time out.
See the big guy Gerald Shimko come on out. See what he has to say. Hope he gets close enough to the mics so we can hear him.
See how quick he gets down to the far end.
He's pretty fast. He's a nimble man.
It rolled like all the way across the house.
I mean, the freeze is the best shot, right? We're not making their house a whole lot smaller by hitting that. We're just eliminating a rock. And right now we're second shot and it's back there secure. I just don't ever want to do that and give her a nose double. She's laying full.
Well, if I'm doing, yeah, no, I know. That's why I'm saying hack and roll off.
But I don't like that.
Oh, no, I don't like that at all. I like
If you rub that, like.
Why don't we play this hit? You on top, and if you sit there.
Yeah.
Just play for the double.
Well, I mean, if we could corner freeze on it is
Corner
ideal.
freeze is really good.
But we just can't bounce off and leave her a nose double for four.
I don't mind if we're up one. I don't mind if we hit, flop a little bit, flop maybe to the top of the 8-foot.
Well, then we give her the double. I like the corner freeze myself. What do you guys like?
Timeout going on sheet
even
one
Nancy,
as well.
if you're there, even if it overcurls and you go there.
It's pretty obvious
it's
what
not
Sherry wants to play. I think she's mentioned it 5 times now. She wants to play the corner freeze. She's just got to convince everybody else to do so.
Yeah.
I totally don't like the top red
And
one.
it's better to force if we corner freeze.
Okay.
This is the
Okay,
corner
you okay with that? Yeah. Okay. And it comes in here nice. So you just need like a 5, right? We want to air there. There is okay. We just can't.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
It looks like Penny Barker on sheet one is going to try a double. She's going to have to jam it off her own if that's what she's playing. And I'll tell you, when we started our end here, there were 3 rocks left to play on that sheet. There's still 2. They've already used a timeout for each side, and there is quite. I think it looks like about 7 rocks touching the 4-foot.
No.
Come around it then, yep.
Whoa!
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 Oh, we're right.
Whoa!
They're into Plan B territory here.
Shay!
Nice shot. On sheet 1.
Not so much on sheet on our feature sheet. She did do that little bump off, which is what they were worried about.
Exactly what they didn't want to do.
Chance to play the double and sit 4.
Yep.
Control.
Big opportunity.
You like
You
control?
certainly want to capitalize.
Yeah, that's good. Let's go.
On sheet 1, it is. Ryan Williamson with last rock here in the 7th end. So she does have a shot to score. Looks like she's going to play the draw and just nudge off that yellow stone on the edge of the 4-foot that we can see. And just misses that red stone at the back on her feature sheet. Shooter rolls over to a nice spot. Still second shot. Protected a little bit by the stone in the 12-foot ahead of it.
Yeah. Not that it changes the shot any. The Anderson team is playing that same freeze one more time.
Well, but you're now almost getting to the point where you're life or death to make this freeze.
Well, you almost were before, too, but...
Well, you could have been shot. You're short. As Sherry said, that back one...
And you can be short on this one, too. By a foot or two. You just cannot bounce off.
I don't think she is short.
No, just let her die. Whoa, whoa. It's got a curl. No, it's got a curl still. It's bumped. Okay.
It might have stopped just in time,
Yeah, I
but
think
did it curl enough?
I don't know.
I think there's room to drive it by the yellow and still catch the back one.
According to center line, it looks like there might be room.
And on sheet 1, Ryan Williamson slides between those yellow stones, and it's going to be a steal. It's hard to say how many.
Yeah. All right, forward.
So Kristen throwing board weight at this, trying to get to nose and across.
Hard! Hard! Really hard, yeah! Whoa! Hard, hard, hard. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Like that.
Wow. Calling the
Sitting
rolls
3.
like she was more worried about getting the roll under, which is not a bad call either, and that's what she's done. Although still just missed the one at the back.
You want to try this double share? Like this hit and roll? Grab that one?
I can't. I'd have to throw it real quiet. Right? I can only see that.
Yeah. Or just draw right here?
The run?
Yeah.
I'd like
not
to
bad.
eliminate some rocks. I don't like drawing.
Yeah, there's a lot of yellow there.
The problem with the run back is even if you make it, there's still going to be a lot of yellow there.
Yeah.
And you hate to leave that one red at the back
Yeah, but if I don't make it,
accessible.
game over.
So you've got to stick this really.
I don't think I like the draw now. They're laying 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to hit and roll, but I can only see half of that. I can't.
Yeah.
You gotta move your broom up. I can't see anything.
She can only eliminate the 2. The only good news is that she might be able to stuff it and be guarded.
Yep.
Whoa! Yep! Yep! Hard!
Must be close. Makes
Like
the run.
that.
Does
Yeah.
catch 2, and I think she's got
but
shot
it's not
rock
guarded.
hardly
it's open.
behind cover.
Yeah.
Can she see enough
It's
to make
pretty
the double?
good, though. Can she see what? Did you
Enough
say?
to make the double? I'm not.
Don't know.
Do you want to roll over? Like, do you want to make this as Okay.
Yeah, I like the small though.
Yeah.
Okay, so not thinking about the double. Not sure. We're not sure she can see enough to make the double, but she's just going to worry about making the hit and roll. Sit 2. Key here really just not to leave a double. As long as she stays up fairly high, it should be okay.
No, never. No.
Makes the hit, but very thin contact. Nudges off her own stone, and
Okay, that works.
that worked out okay. She's sitting
I
two.
think they're sitting two, yeah. And that back red one's wide open.
Straw here.
And the
So
one
you're
yellow
gonna
on the
have to-
side is still biting, so
Mhm.
he's sitting two and two more biters in the rings.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind
As
that
they
either.
say, though,
Just not
your
sure we know it as well
best
as
guard
this.
is second shot. Get in there somewhere.
That's what I gave
The
you.
guard is over
and
more
you
now.
didn't get very, but it was
No.
dead stone. It will move.
Or the rock is over another.
Okay.
Or hair last or no?
A hair less. Well, they're second, or they're first and second, guys, so we got to get this one.
Make it good.
Very top foot, yes. Okay, I need less than what I gave you last time, eh? Room.
Okay, room right now.
Seven.
Room.
7 right
No,
now.
no.
Not Megan's rock.
6 is fine.
Shay's rock.
7.
Shay, you gotta go. Let it work. Okay, Shay. Gotta bury it, Shay.
7.
Lots of room, but the weight looks close.
It is curling now. She just needs to get enough under cover to make sure there's no double.
That looks pretty good.
Catches a corner of the button. Might be a piece exposed, but it's a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very small piece exposed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a bit of a game saver, dare I say.
Yeah, you got it. That was a 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Let's go.
I don't know, would you ever think about playing the run back here, try to get all three of them?
Well, risk reward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would
But
certainly
you
consider
play
it.
this draw here, and I don't see how you ever bring any of those rocks back
You
in.
don't.
Line's good.
Back tee.
Full line.
Now, having said that, if you lock the freeze on here, you still got a chance to get your two.
Back eight.
No, got to
How do you do that when this is the last rock at the end?
Pardon me, I was thinking this was her first stone. Yeah.
Trying. Line's good. Got to curl. Got to curl. Good shot, Kel.
Good.
Really nice.
Does make the shot, picks up her single point. We're all tied up. Sherry Anderson will have last rock when we return.
Saskatchewan Championship
five red
Curling
keeps flat.
is brought to you by Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Moose Jaw.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax U.S., Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Draw two here on this opening Friday night, starting to wind down. We'll update all the scores here. Sheet 1, You saw the last couple of shots. It was a steal of 2 for Penny Barker against Rayanne Williamson. So they're all tied up at 5 as they play the 8th, and it is Williamson with last rock. Tied up in our feature game as well, Sherry Anderson with last rock as we begin the 8th. We've got one final on sheet 3. Robin Silvernagel, an 8-2 win over Shellen Fleming. And on sheet 4, Michelle Anglade steals 3 in the 8th end. She's got an 8-5 lead there. Amber Holland with last rock as they play in the 9th.
5! Just a 5! 5! Whoa, Nancy, it's all here. It's all here.
A little deep there.
Okay.
It's close. Yeah.
Okay. Gotta go a bit. Okay, go. Gotta go. Room. Switch.
Dana Demers threw up the guard on her first one with that stone coming a little deep.
Sliding.
They're asking her to make the freeze, but this has got a lot of room by the guard.
Just see. Just. Yeah. Okay.
A little farther out and then it carried. Yeah.
Couple feet left. Room.
6.
Wait,
7.
7.
7, 8.
No.
8.
Well, the first call out of Sherry's mouth was room, and now we're hearing
coming down a
weight
bit.
calls that might indicate it's a little bit
Still
heavy.
7.
That's not a
Yeah.
good combination.
6.
He's curling now. Just like
And the
it to
weight's
stop in
coming
front
off
of the
too.
tee line.
Okay.
Will come to rest about 3/4 on the back side of the tee line. And again, with as much as it came by the guard by, there's room for
I like that.
Emily here to come down and freeze
Yeah.
on the inside corner of that.
Absolutely. None of these have been close to the guard.
Back line. All there. Line only.
Yeah, fine.
Well, this one's definitely got tighter line coming down the ice.
Sure does.
Had quite a bit more weight as well, I think, and still crashes the guard.
Get on the rings, just a 10.
Yep.
Advantage Anderson.
Oh, for sure. Especially if they hit and stick here. One yellow's a little lonely.
Yes, hard. Hard. Hard, guys, quick. Quick.
Well, they were on the brush on that one all the way down. It curls across the face and actually jams it onto one of the red stones.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably spoke a little too soon there.
Well, and I didn't see the weight call, but that certainly didn't seem like a lot of weight either when you're playing to hit and roll in.
Yeah. What about just like tap, tap, and lock?
They did
yellow
call
in
the sweep
front
right
of
away,
red,
though,
we
so
see
you
in
have
front
to
of
think she
red.
might have been a little inside.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly Schaefer, all of a sudden, things looking a lot better than they did a minute ago.
Yeah, that was a huge turnaround.
Just tee. Start up.
Yep.
Top 4. Gotta go. Tee line. Tee. Tee. Tee line. Button. Back 4.
well over curls what they had in mind. Does sit in the back of the forefoot for shot rock. But there's a double there for sure.
Well, I think just because she's calling a double, that's why she's just clarifying, I think. Yeah.
Might not be able to get that top yellow out past the stone at the back of the 12-foot. Might hang on back there.
Whoa.
Good.
Good shot.
Does jam back there.
Like there,
Nice
yeah.
throw, Meg.
Sits 2 for the time being, and not really a double there. You'd have to hit the one on the right-hand side as we see it first, and of course you
nowhere
jam
to
it.
go.
Kel, do you like the other turn? I just haven't been able to get nose there.
You throw a bump outside in. I don't know. You're asking me? I don't know.
Kristen Streifel has a couple of times now asked for this inside-out turn.
Yeah, she has.
In these spots. Makes the hit, but probably not quite the roll they had in mind.
Yeah, no.
Could have been worse. I thought she was going to roll to just leave a pocket behind the red.
What do you like? Just there?
Thing is, those yellows in the pretty close to the forefoot there. When you go to split the rings here, you don't have a lot of room to do so.
Nope. But the other side of that is with that little bit of a corner freeze, the red on the yellow, it's
Nowhere
always
to
going
go.
to be tough to get that one out. It's hard to leave a double.
I don't think we need to do anything here.
Okay.
T-line.
Easy, easy.
6. T-line.
6, 7.
T-line. T-line. Hard. Hard.
Well, they were calling T-line, but
yeah,
it's a few feet short of that, and certainly looks like it curled a lot harder than they wanted. They were trying to get edge of the 4-foot.
Edge of the 4.
Forward.
If that makes the T-line, it's probably still biting the 12-foot.
Wondering if center line's starting to get a little fudgy.
Perhaps. It does give Kristen Streifel a chance to make a play on the shot stone. Now, even if she makes this, there's going to be a double over there. I mean, that rock that Nancy Martin just delivered could still end up on the scoreboard. Makes the hit, rolls the shooter over to the edge of the 12.
Can I just nose that one or no?
Well,
you nose out, it's popping there. You got to hit it a little this side.
That's a great wall.
Pop it together.
Okay.
Okay? Just a 10. 10.
Okay.
I was just going to say, with yellow sitting 4, Sherry having last rock, there was nothing wrong with just freezing over there too.
I
don't know that these yellows are ever
something.
going to...
Well, they're all so congested. If you make this first shot, even if you just jam the one, there might be a triple after that.
Well, this is Nancy's last rock too.
Well, they wanted to hit it just that much on the other side, but she does sit shot and 4th right now.
Wait, do you like board? Okay. You got it.
Good shot. There's so much more.
There's not really anywhere Kelly can roll either. If she rolls
just back into the
towards those yellows, she might leave a double or a triple, and if she rolls the other way, she actually probably leaves the hit and roll into those stones. She can hit right on the nose. It's pretty steep to get into the 2 yellows on the side.
Sometimes that wiggle like that can take the weight off what you're throwing.
Hard, gotta go, gotta go. Go, Dana, hard, right to it, hard.
Well, comes across the nose a little bit and does take out one of her own stones. So still sitting just the two. Now might have rolled enough to not leave a double. Would be pretty flat.
No.
Mind you,
Certainly
you only
gonna
have to
roll
move
in
the
that
second
direction.
one 2 inches.
Yeah, all you have to do is nestle beside
I
it.
want to get over there so I have a chance at the double.
Actually, even if you miss the top one and nestle into the back one, you'd probably
much
be
weight
shot
that,
rock
10?
and hard to get at it because of the one in front of it.
Or even just roll over in that direction and make the double with your next.
I want to get over, roll it over there, closer to theirs, so that we maybe have a double. Okay? Just a 10. It doesn't go anywhere.
Go.
Megan.
10, queen.
Megan.
Go. Megan.
Megan.
Go, Megan. Go,
Okay,
go,
whoa. Whoa, roll it.
Whoa.
Plan B at the end was to try to roll behind the red.
Yeah, abort.
Even where it is, though, you nose hit this again, and there will be a double. It's a long ways, but you don't have to hit the first one real thick.
I'm assuming she's playing for a bit of a roll, though.
Yeah, she'll have to roll towards the red one now.
Yep.
In that line at all.
Little big. Whoa. Queen. Queen. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, no.
This is a lot more weight than I thought she was throwing. She wants to roll, but she has to
Yep,
stay.
Dana, yep. Good.
Well, that's a very nice shot. There's no double there for
No.
sure. And Sherry
Draw for one.
Anderson puts down the broom for her draw. Boys, that rock was coming down the ice and they weren't saying anything about the sweep.
Good weight.
That's usually not a good sign.
Still is fast right here.
Yep.
On a soft release. I think you can go on that one.
7.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
You're close. Have a look. You're close.
Looks pretty good. Great sweeping.
Okay, whoa. Good sweep.
Needed a piece of the forefoot. She'll get a piece of the back of the button, picks up her single point. She'll take a 5-4 lead into the 9th. And Kelly Schaefer will have last rock.
Sorry, I kind of softened it. I didn't give her any kind of...
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Moose Jaw.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea! Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Well, about to begin the 9th inning in our feature game. We'll once again update the scores. Ryan Williamson, after giving up the steal of 2 in 7th, picks up 1 in the 8th. 9th inning underway there. Penny Barker with last rock, trailing by 1. Sherry Anderson with the 1-point lead in our feature game. We do have, with the 1 final, Robin Silvernagel picking up the win here. She moves to the A semis tomorrow morning. And Amber Holland picked up 2 in the 9th. She trails Michelle Englot by a score of 8-7. Englot with last rock. That game in the 10th.
Well, nice draw by Sherry there to take her single. Throws the center guard here in the 9th end. Playing the tick.
Back line. Low down. Coming down. Whoa. Back four. No. Back four. Coming down. We're not. Stop four. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Okay, good shot. Really nice. Good rush. Just dying at the end. Yeah, that came down.
Yeah, they were calling T-line there. I certainly don't think that's what it was.
Or to the center there. Yeah, good shot.
Well, they did get the rock a little bit off the center line, and the guard that's closer to the center now is theirs.
Yep.
So.
Perfect. I'm glad.
Shaylin Kitts looking to come around that yellow guard.
Just like that.
That's a nice finish on that one, and does dead bury it right on the top corner of the forefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this path is better. Yeah.
Yeah, not that much though.
We're close. Yep.
T, gotta go wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
No more down.
And the line got them there, didn't get anywhere close to being by the guard.
Yeah.
Out. It's out.
You like center guard?
Yeah, I think so.
Or come around again?
That was my first instinct.
Yeah, I think so.
This is
That's
fine.
okay there, yeah.
Okay? Throw it to here.
Nice
Let
shot
them
of the
sweep it to there.
spectators here in Melville.
Yeah, nice and easy here.
We've been here once for the men's before,
Shake
once
and
for
sweep
the
it,
women
that's
as
so.
well. And so we know we're always going to have a good crowd here. And
Yeah.
no matter how many you see in here, we also know that the stream is going into the patch.
That's
just a
right.
few feet over to the right, and to our right anyway. And there'll be quite a few watching in there as well.
Well, I can tell you this, it's a great facility here in Melville. The arena's fabulous. Perfect for curling.
No, guys, no.
Leave it then. This is a 3.
Okay, go hard then. Nancy, go hard. Keep it going. Keep it going all the way. Right up. Really good. Really nice.
Good shot.
Yeah, the sweep calls made that sound like it wasn't coming down that nice. It ended up in a really good spot.
Yeah. Oh, good old Hans. Looking good. He's had a busy time. I think I saw him in Yorkton last week, and I betcha he's here for 2 solid weeks now, too.
Piece of the yellow into red.
Would not surprise me. The question will be, does he have enough different outfits for 10 days? Because that was our question.
Yeah.
Does he have enough for 10 days?
1.5 and we'll sweep it to a 3.
Just peels the one guard.
Those guys are really good sweepers. Did you hear, Nancy? Throw a 1.5, we'll sweep it to a 3. I love it.
Clean. Can't. 2, 3.
Well, with Nancy, that might be the universal we. She might be meaning Shaylin will sweep it to a 3.
Line's great.
We need to finish or what?
Line's great.
Line's good, you guys.
Come on. Go, Shay.
Good. Nice shooting, Mary. Really
I now feel confirmed that she was talking about the universal we.
Yeah,
Nothing important.
To.
Control. Sorry?
Half stone gets it.
Okay. Normal. Okay.
All right.
Did leave her the short angle run back.
Yeah, I heard them say half a stone gets it. Just throwing control.
Normal.
Close. Yes. Yes, hard. Whoa, whoa.
Just like that.
Hard.
Won't get the second one out, but it gets far enough that that yellow stone at the top now is shot rock, and
Good call.
that's got to be at least a piece behind the cover.
Nancy?
Like a quarter.
It's a small quarter.
Not as much as you'd like to have. then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Back 4.
Whoa.
Room,
Megan.
room.
Just
Okay,
a
fourth. Hard.
3.
Hard. Hard, you guys.
Hard, you got it. Hard.
Whoa, corner it. Whoa. Right in between. Okay, my fault.
Are they?
Kind of caught in between there.
Yeah, they're even.
Okay. Hack.
With that little nudge off, there's
Just
I
enough.
think enough room to get that out without moving the other yellow
Yeah.
stone.
Good.
I think so too.
Back plus.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yes. Hard.
Oof.
Just gets by the guard,
Yeah.
but that gets what she needs to make the hit stays right there. Hard to say who's second shot,
What do you got there now?
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't know
what
if
I
Nancy
got.
can see enough to make the double.
They only need
I
half,
think you
right?
got to hit it fairly full, or it's probably jamming there, right?
Yeah, it looks like even if you
Well, if I hit half, it's going across, is it not?
close.
I don't think so.
I think. You think?
Like the closer I hit it to full, the sharper the angle. If I hit it more here, it's coming this way, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but
If I hit with
if you hit half rock and hit it there, I think it's going right in there.
Okay.
Like, I think you're better off trying to hit this full and go there and go under it.
Yeah, I'm with Sherry. I
So,
think
like-
you catch the second one thin enough to go
We're
under
not
the
gonna
back
catch-
one.
Like,
I don't like TL. Give me 9.
okay.
How does that look?
Yeah. Should be good. Just a 9.
So Nancy Martin looking for the double, and that sounded like she might have been just a little full.
Yeah, it didn't sound good.
Oh, she might have been a lot full. Goes right by everything. Now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
So it is just second shot, or first
sorry,
and
there.
third right
Who
now for
shot
yellows.
here?
They could hit the back one
Yeah.
to sit 3.
Are they shot? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure then. Yeah. What's this gonna do?
I think it's gonna
Dead
run a
straight?
bit and then it's just gonna finish a pad at the end. Okay. Let's go.
Yep. Hard.
Quick call out of the hand.
Really gotta go. Hard.
Boy, they got more movement there than they expected, and just gets a piece of that stone, rolls out.
Again, a bit of a break there.
So another chance for Sherry Anderson now to try to make that double, and now without that rock at the back, there's nothing that you have to worry about jamming back there.
Yeah, any contact?
Bed of ice, Maxie. She just set it out there. Straight up.
No! 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 Megan!
It's on the wrong side of center line right now.
Got a piece, but
Yeah.
just enough to stuff it. Does
Get
bring
rid
it
of
back
one.
into the open.
Yep.
Kelly Schaefer looking at the come around.
Well, giving up.
What about?
Well, you have to be a little careful here because that stone was just pushed into the open. There's a hit and roll
Lots of
behind cover
options.
both ways
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, that's what my there. This
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
You could split that one.
Okay.
You could. It's a tough
Yeah, you
port
got it. Just
between the two red ones to
get the split.
So just a little more. Like
probably
3
not
feet
too
more.
bad to hit it on the nose, but how do you hit a thin piece on either side?
Cross face.
Yeah.
Out turn.
Yeah. I think we'll need that 3 feet more, like it's
Yeah.
been- yeah.
Like 3 feet more than the normal. Pretty
Line's
close.
good. Room. Lots of room.
We're there. Top 8, top 4.
Stay with it. Line's good.
Top 8, top 4.
Gotta finish.
Top 8.
T-line. Can't be deep.
Lots of room by the guard. Now the question is, where is this going to stop? She
No,
doesn't want to
no,
leave a
no
double
line,
off that
no.
open stone.
Yep.
So that's why they're bringing it back now. Just,
It's pretty
well, there's,
thin.
There's a double there, but you're right. It would be very thin. Shot stone is buried.
You know, nose and rows just to share, nose roll just to Sherry's broom there makes the house a little smaller. Although I guess she just goes down the same way she came. But
Just a 10. Try to hit and roll under, get a bunch of the 4, and maybe she won't hit the 4 foot. No, we can, no. Yeah, no, there's no way. We can get a shot. I think this will move a bit here, hey? Just a 10. Yeah.
sweep on this one early.
Hard, roll in a good shape. Go, go, go. Okay, good throw.
Gets the nose, but stays right there.
These are the same draw. Needs to bite the 4 for her too.
Same weight. Yeah.
Line's good, same line.
Can't hurt it.
Little more room.
Running a bit more.
Do you need a tick? Do you need a tick?
No.
Yep, yes for the tick, yep.
Well, I think they're caught in between
Whoa,
here as well,
yeah.
looking to tick that one. It's not going to, and a little too much weight. It's going to slide through the back of the 8-foot, and too far. It's just a single point. It does tie the game up, but Sherry Anderson will have last rock when we go to the 10th.
Totally my first time. I'm very excited. Don't worry, you're gonna have a great time. We're gonna throw the road for practice, and then we're gonna actually play games. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
Not better. Yeah. Could be better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Well, 10th ends action just started in our feature game. We do have 2 finals, just the 2 games left to finish. Over on sheet 1, also in the 10th end, Penny Barker with a 7-6 lead over Rayanne Williamson. Our feature game all tied up coming home. Sherry Anderson with last rock. Robin Silvernagel, the defending champion, picked up an 8-2 win tonight. And on sheet 4, Michelle Anglot with last rock picked up the single and a 9-7 victory over Amber Holland. Looking for the tick shot there.
Nicely done.
Pushes that stone
Not
into
a
the
girl.
rings and rolls
Shot.
the shooter
Beauty.
over.
Still can be center.
I think still center, yeah.
Mint kitty. I like center.
We like center.
Well, the nice thing about pushing that rock in also is that you could hit it. You've got a choice to make on the second one. Do you play the tick again, or and the tick is a difficult shot?
Yeah.
Or do you just
Hit
hit
the
that
open.
rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little less. We're deeper than that.
Yeah, we're halfway tight. Okay, that's good, Dina.
That's
So another center guard thrown up, and that broom. I guess they're playing the tick again.
it, girl. Good shot.
Good shot.
Moves it off the center line, comes across and actually nudges that one red into the rings as well.
Yep. Nicely done.
2 nice ticks.
A little bit of a bonus pushing that stone into the 12-foot as well. You just never know when you're tied up coming home when having a biter might turn out to be the saver. You only need to
Yeah,
hit,
make contact.
You don't need to stay maybe with the last one.
2.5. 6.
Well, I don't think that's what they had in mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically just off nose.
You could almost make all 3 of them go here.
Runs really straight here.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, not almost. I'm pretty sure you can.
Uphill?
Well, you might.
Are
have
you
to hit
talking the one in the ring or the
3
shooter?
yellows, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You might have to hit center line side to make all 3 yellows go, and I don't think
No, I'm
you
just
wanna
saying
do
the
that.
shooter and the 2 yellows will all be gone. Although I didn't like the way Sherry called that.
The whoa, the...
Yeah.
Well, we've
Yes.
seen a few of these, and it's just not ice where you can afford to be a little bit full, because it
Well,
will
it
not
looks
come
like
back.
it's release sensitive is what it
Yeah.
is.
All right, Emily, you got
Does
it.
make the one guard go away, and actually even the second one spun a little farther from the center line, so it's an okay result.
It's still there.
Well then, if it's there.
We're tight. No, we're halfway. Half. 2.5. No, just half. Coming down a bit.
Whoa, whoa.
Good shot.
Finish it up to the broom.
Straight up.
Tough spot here for the Streifel team. As much as you'd love to put the center guard back, if you put it on center, it leaves an angle to try double peels all end.
Yes!
So you're really throwing guards now at the corner of the 4-foot, hoping for a bit of a mistake.
Atta girl.
Good shot.
Then I was thinking if we go in, we go here, because then they rip and this one's in a better position at least. It doesn't need to be fully buried. Do you think they're ever chasing? Do you think one more high?
I think we have to guard again.
Yeah.
It's too early to go.
Okay, then I think right there is ideal. Not buried.
They can hit and roll there. Whereas if we're here,
And they try and hit and roll.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to
Time
guard.
out.
I think we got to guard again.
I think one more
The
guard.
front end making their way down. I don't think they like the idea of coming in, so they're going to call the timeout.
Yeah, here comes Jolene to offer her opinion. Somebody time. They'll give them the time back on the
I
clock
think
if
one
it
more guard.
ran a little extra.
They rip and then we were sent back. I think we're just playing.
We're just
Yeah.
delaying it,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have an eye on it.
Eventually, what you're going to be left with is either bury, labor the drop, or
Yeah.
put it in somewhere and hit it. I mean, we're second to that.
Yeah, that's a
Probably
good
what
point
we
too.
wanna do
Yeah.
is make it go ahead,
Yeah.
right? So I think you just delay,
Yeah.
hope it stays like this.
Yeah.
I like putting it where it is so that they can't run into that yellow. Like we want to keep that yellow on there.
Yeah.
And eventually it hits against you.
Yeah. I think so.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, center guard it is. As Jolene said, hope it stays like this. Come around with your last and make Shari draw full 4. You like
They
this?
felt fast, hey?
Yeah, well, it's part of the discussion they had, and I didn't like the idea of coming in this early. I agreed with, and I think it was Amelie at the front end saying that it's just too early to go in.
Yeah.
You got to throw one more at least, and I'm not so sure
Maybe
you don't
even
throw 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really big.
All there. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Push. Push, 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 push. Gotta pass it. Okay.
She's got a little more weight than what they had in mind, and they make an audible. They didn't want to leave those for an easy double.
Start it, Nancy, go.
Of course, the bigger problem with coming that deep is there's really not anything they could jam it on either. So you're almost hoping for a nose hit, so you've got something to go around.
Hard. Hard. Roll it, Shay. Roll it. Go, Shay.
Makes the hit, comes across, nudges her own stone, but doesn't really change the situation over there other than that red stone's a little closer to center now.
Yeah.
Using that red as a guard now and just go this side of center.
Yeah.
High, yeah.
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 That's an option too.
Yeah. That's okay. If she draws, we just follow. And
Okay, so this path compared
I think
to the
it's going to
other
be
one?
good. Same.
Yeah.
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 So they are going to try to come around that red stone at the top of the 12 foot. Got full 4 foot covered if they can tuck it all the way around.
Gotta go. Yeah.
And really the button is hard to get at with a draw right now with where all the tight corner guards are.
Gotta go.
They jumped this one right out of her hand. A little heavy on her first stone. It looks like she's really pulled the string here. They're going to have to go just to get this over the hog line.
It's not there. It's not there.
Not going to get there. And not the time when you wanted to see that.
Make this double.
Hey. There you go. Yeah, like you can, Nuts.
Now that red stone being the closest one to the center line. Sherry looking to remove her own stone here, but a chance to come across, get the yellow, and again, called woe right out of her hand and goes by everything. Boy, we've seen that 3 or 4 times in this game. Not all from the same player, but it's just, it's not the kind of ice where you can afford to set it at all.
Yeah. I think one more, hey?
So another chance here. Kelly Schaefer with her first one.
Let's go. Good speed here.
Yeah.
See if they can make that come around on that stone top 12 foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Halfway tight.
Line's good.
Halfway tight.
Higher the better. Whoa.
Higher
Over
the
curling.
better. Sit. Okay. It's good.
Good.
Time.
Yeah. Blocks are not.
Blocks are gone.
Or on.
I think I might as well go in there.
I think so.
Because I mean, well, if I peel that, she's coming around. I'm drawing the can.
She's definitely.
I might as well get there first, right? I can't double peel those. Well, I mean, I might.
She's definitely using your card.
So are you thinking here, sure?
Yeah.
Force her.
Right?
Force her.
That's the shot. That's your only shot for the draw. That's the shot you want to play. So if you play there and you stick it out a bit, she hits and rolls behind, you have the same shot again.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right.
That's the shot you
Exactly.
wanna
It
play.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to be totally bare.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to curl a ton, Nancy.
No, I like that. Sure. Should be good speed here, right?
I think so.
Well, you heard the discussion, Sherry Anderson. And it was her first instinct. It was her idea, thinking that
As long as we
she's got to
bury
get
a
it in there
piece.
first. She can't really get rid of
Guys,
everything.
But it's got to be, of course, in front of the tee line.
In front of the tee. Yeah.
So get a top 4 is all we need.
Yeah. that's any different.
Lots of room right now. Lots of room.
Gotta go for weight. Okay.
Running!
Switch!
Switch! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Jeez.
Yep.
No!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Boy, brushers were wanting to go for weight on this.
Okay,
and
good.
it ends up with lots of weight. It's top of the button. They really needed to let it start curling. I think they've left her room to get underneath the guard as well. There you can see it. Plenty of room to get underneath the guard. A good thing for Sherry Anderson, she knows that same draw is available, although she almost hit the yellow guard on the way by that time.
Yeah. I think we could play board. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's math. Yeah, yeah, we can hold it real good here. You got it, Kel.
What way are you going? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So Kelly Schaefer with her final stone here in the 10th end of a tie game.
No. No.
Either way.
Close.
Needs to make the hit and roll behind cover to
Either way.
leave Sherry Anderson with a very tough shot for her final stone.
Get nose.
No, you got nose.
And hits that stone right on the nose, leaves the exact same shot for Sherry Anderson. Would be for the win, and
Here?
Yeah.
they did. You heard them talk a little bit about going the other way, but I think they made that decision just a little bit too late.
Just bump here, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't go crazy.
No, it
But
runs pretty nice
somebody
here.
keep a broom on the ice unless I scream right off, okay?
Now the clocks are back? Yeah. Now the clocks are back? Yeah. Runs good here.
They were gone. Yeah, free reign.
I got lots of time.
Yep. 220.
Final stone here in the 10th end of play. Sherry Anderson needs to make the hit and stay to pick up the win in her opening game here in draw 2. And
Let it curl, Megan!
Hard, Megan.
she said, keep the broom down unless she says right off. They've been right off this all the way down. She's going to make the hit. And this one actually rolls behind cover, does get her single point. Sherry Anderson picks up the win here over Kristen Streifel, team skipped by Kelly Schaefer. And that leaves just one game left to be decided.
Good weight control.
Underway in an extra end on sheet 1.
Weight control was mid.
Wow, and Megan made it.
Kim Hudson has made her way down to ice level. We'll see if we can get a word with the winning skip. Strong second half for the Anderson team after getting down early. Picked up a big 3-ender in the 4th end to tie things up and seemed to play a little bit more at ease after that. We heard Sherry at the 5th end break talk about how they were a little uncertain of the ice early in the game and played better once they felt more comfortable. Kim is with Sherry now.
Well,
Kim?
that was kind of a wild and woolly last 5.
Oh, my God. Back and forth, back and forth. But that's what happens when you miss a couple of shots in the game, right? In the each end, like there was misses. And
well, there were
from looking good to looking bad to looking okay to, oh, thank God.
Well, yeah, and it seemed like when you had the misses, not just you, I'm saying both teams, they didn't.
No, there was a lot of back-to-back misses on both sides, and yeah, with the exception of Shay, we can all pick up our socks a bit, but I think it goes back to what you said about the ice conditions and everything. I mean, the ice is fine, but knowing the ice is big, and your 10-minute rushed practice on ice that maybe isn't the same as game ice is big, and I think you're seeing that over here on that sheet.
Exactly. It looked a little bit release sensitive, or just a...
Yeah, I kind of just popped that one just a hair. Wider waiter, I would have. I as it was going down, I thought, oh, I'm rolling out, which would have been a sad way to finish the game, but good thing I was quiet.
So now that you have the wind, you like the buy?
No.
That's like 2 wins.
No, I don't. I don't think it's, I don't.
Good answer. Okay. All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Thanks.
And so we will turn our attentions to the extra end now on sheet 1. We're on to Skip Stones here. Rayanne Williamson needs to steal here. She does have shot rock on the corner of the button. One long guard. She was trying to get a tighter one here, and this one is just going sideways on her, and she might end up with none. Nope, just nudges it. That does make for a very long guard. There should be enough room for Penny to come down and make a play on that stone. She only has to move it far enough to be shot. 3 stones left to come. Penny Barker has both of hers, and Rayanne Williamson with one left now as well. The Barker team was the team that came into this draw, having not played yet. You can take a look at the line scores. That was what Sherry Anderson was referring to. You take the team that had played this afternoon, and they got out to the early start. They were 5-1 ahead at the break. But Penny Barker with a chance to pull out the victory here. Needs to move shot rock with her first one, just to make sure she's got some room to maneuver on her second one. Looking to sweep for some curl. Makes the bump. I'll actually get that right to the back of the 12-foot. And I think it's actually third shot. And that could matter here if she's got an open hit for the win. She may not have to stay now. Now that shooter did roll over far enough. I don't know whether Rayanne can get under the guard. Looks like maybe she can with quiet weight here.
It's a pretty long guard.
You want to guess who's got second shot at the back?
Yellow.
That's what I was thinking too, and it could matter if she doesn't get this under cover. Penny Barker wouldn't even need to stay with her last one. Pardon me, I was thinking it was the yellow. I think she moved that just far enough to sit two. And early sweeping this to get some extra curl. Now they've got both brushes going on it. Boy, just barely enough weight to push it far enough, and only gets about half behind cover.
Yeah, and again, like I said before, it's a long guard.
Well,
you
and she
can see
doesn't,
there.
for certain doesn't have to stay now. That one at the back is definitely shot rock, or second shot rock. The only real question here is how much weight do you want to play at it?
Well, you can Play whatever you're comfortable with here. I mean, you can throw a pick at it, you can throw regular hit, you can throw tap, you can...
When she did just play the tap.
It's whatever you want to throw.
You don't have to stay, but the scary thing about trying to pick it is exactly what you were just talking about with Sherry on this
Yeah,
ice.
really sensitive.
If you're any back at all, it'll just keep backing up, and we saw a few times in our feature game, they'd go right by.
Yeah. Looks like the tap.
Yeah, I would think so with that amount of ice. That's a lot of ice to play anything more. And again, she did just throw it. She might be throwing a little more weight at this one. Well, she had taken less ice, and they jumped the sweep right away. She's got to get by this long guard. Just gets by. Able to make contact, drives it through the back. Just for good measure, nudges that one, so it will be 3 for Penny Barker in the extra end. She'll pick up a victory. It'll go down as 10-7. And thus concludes draw number 2.
The winning 50-50 number for tonight.
We'll quickly recap all of the scores here in this second draw.
For $1,330.
On sheet 1, in the extra end, you just saw Penny Barker picking up the win over Rayanne Williamson. So Penny Barker moves on to the A semis. Those will be tomorrow morning. Sherry Anderson in our feature game, a 6-5 win over Kristen Streifel. She as well will be playing tomorrow morning. On sheet 3, the early final, Robin Silvernagel with a strong opening game and the 8-2 to win. And on sheet 4, Michelle Englot with 1 in the 10th, taking a 9-7 victory over Amber Holland. Those 4 teams that won will be playing in the A semifinals tomorrow morning. You can see that in CurlSask.ca. There'll be a draw at 3 as well, and I believe it's the A final tomorrow evening. You'll see that right here on SaskTel Max.